what I wanted to know is, in light of what the police union had said in Minnesota, I was curious, first of all, what your response was to it, and second of all, why you think he was comfortable calling out WNBA players in a way that we didn't see any police unions do when there have been comparable protests.
Um, well, first, I support the Minnesota players. I thought the stance and the position they took was one of calling for not only change and awareness, but also having respect for the officers that lost their lives in Dallas. And I don't think anyone can argue with the position that they took. I thought that there was a missed opportunity, obviously, from the police force and the chief to really open up a dialogue and have that conversation with players that they've seen committed to the city, committed to the community. So for me, I thought it was a missed opportunity, but hopefully they could come back to the table and want to have that open dialogue, because I think that will only heal and help the community. In regards to his comments, I think that says more about him than it does about the Lynx players or any other WNBA player. Unfortunately, sometimes people's true colors can tend to come out in the heat of the moment, but I thought it was something that was unnecessary and not warranted.
And that women of color are the ones speaking out, do you think made the police braver to be able to respond the way that they did?
I don't know. You have to ask them what's inside of their minds. But I think you look at the Minnesota team, and it's just not women of color that stood up. Lindsay Whalen was absolutely there, and she's in one of the leaders of that team and at the forefront. And so I don't think it's about who the women were that stood up. Sometimes just being the fact that you're a woman. So I don't understand what their position was and why he said the things that he said, but you would have to ask him that question. All I know is that, my support stands with the Lynx players.
And I know you've been asked a lot. Is there anything that you haven't gotten to say on this that you want to? I just don't want to be limited by what I'm asking you.
No, just the fact that I don't think that things are mutually exclusive. I don't think that people understand if you're supporting black and brown people that have been oppressed and asking for change in a system that hasn't been having equality, that means that you're not in support of the police force. I think a lot of us have people, either relatives who are police in the police force, that are in law enforcement, and they don't understand that this is a bigger overlying issue, and it's not really about picking one side or another. I don't think anyone in here picks one side or another. I think we pick humanity, and that's what it is at the end of the day.
Thank you, Swin.